about how to eat. Look, times are tough for a lot of people, like me, for instance. So, I'm going to show you how to eat on no money and how to eat on very little money. Literally, I'm going to show you how not to starve to death when you don't have much money or you have no money. Okay? Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is stuff that I foraged. Okay? And then I'm going to show you with just one loaf of bread. I bought the loaf of bread with money. I picked up aluminum cans. I took the aluminum cans to the scrap yard and I cashed the cans in and I bought a loaf of bread. That was it. That's the only thing here that I bought. The rest I foraged for. Alright, so I'm going to show you. Hello, how you doing? Good to see you. And you see today's topic on how not to starve to death. Hey, the watchman. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, keep the trolls out if the best you can. But today's topic is how not to starve to death. Alright, so move this here. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I'm working with. Alright, these are guavas. Alright, okay. And in Florida, if you search, you can find them growing wild. Okay? Now, I do got some guava trees, but as I was picking up cans, I found these growing wild, not far from the side of the road. So I picked these guavas, and they're really delicious, and they were free. Also, I got these cactuses right here. Now, these particular cactuses, they don't have the sticky, pokey things on them, okay? If they had the pokey things on them, you start a fire, and with some tongs or anything, not your fingers, you hold them over an open flame, and you literally burn the pokey things off of them. But luckily, these don't have the pokey things. I got these from a Latino friend of mine that grows them and eats them. So, a quick recap. I picked these cactuses. I'm going to show you how to prepare them and cook them. I grow these, but I found these growing on side the road when I was picking up cans. Alright? And the only thing I spent money on here was a loaf of bread. Now, the loaf of bread is optional. I literally can live off that. Okay? But if you're not able to forage, go to a grocery store that has a deli section and buy you some bread. You know, a whole loaf of bread will keep you alive for a long time. You know, just the bread. But my little cheat system is, because they have a deli, I got all these condiments for free. Okay? And I know there's all kind of chemicals and this and that in here, but it's safe to eat as far as it won't make you sick, and it's free. So, you know, you have a choice. You know, put some condiments on the bread or starve to death. Okay? Now, And what I'm going to do is I call them wish sandwiches, okay? And what I mean by that is I'm going to put ketchup on the bread and just eat that. And the reason why I call it a wish sandwich is because I wish I had a piece of bologna to put in between the bread. That's why they're called wish sandwiches. Now, I grew up poor, so I learned this trick with the bread and ketchup, mayonnaise, whatever you prefer. And everyone, please hit the like button, by the way. But, yeah, it's not hard to find a gator, but, you know, I got to keep it legal here. But, yeah, there's a lot of things I eat that I can't show. Like old boy right here, I found out that I can video him catching a hog. So, eventually, I'm going to show him catching the hog and me dispatching of it and show you how I do that. But right now, a lot of people don't have hog dogs and just don't have the ability to do that. But they do have the ability to, if you come across a guava plant, man, and guavas are delicious. Or they come across a cactus plant, well, like I said, if it's got the pokey things on them, you light a fire and you put it over the flame and you burn the pokey things off. And make dang on sure you burn them pokey things off, because if you don't, you're going to regret that. But lucky for me, I got a Latino friend that gave me this particular species that doesn't have the pokey things on there. Alright? So, I guess I'm going to make a wish sandwich last. And Swamp Trap said a wish sandwich was mayonnaise and same shit. I had something else to put on it. Yep. What do you eat? We can't see. I feel like you eat humans. Well, I don't eat humans, but you never know. So anyway, I mean, you know, in a grid down situation and you're absolutely starving to death, you really don't know what you would eat and wouldn't eat, honestly. Because I'm pretty sure that, you know, most of y'all ain't gone as hungry as I have. I growed up poor, and you know, I just ignore these weird things in there, but. So anyway, no, I don't do gay stuff. But if you're gay, I don't care. I don't discriminate. Hey, Cha-Cha. How you doing? Good to see you. Long time no see. A quick recap now that people's in here. I'm showing how to eat for free, or on very little money. Just buy you a loaf of bread, go to the condiment section, get you the condiments, you get the piece of bread, you put the mayonnaise on the bread, and you eat it. I call it a wish sandwich, okay? Because this is literally what I'm doing right now. Alright? Now, as this water is heating up, I'm going to try to strategically place this camera to where y'all can see what I got going on. I'll show you a hog when my dog catches one. I got a hog dog right there. Hey, boy, look at the camera. That dog will catch a hog in a New York minute. But right now ain't the time of day. Late in the evening, early in the morning, there's hogs all in this yard tearing everything up. Get in my garden, and it really aggravates me Yeah, you're right. Don't go to prison. You will starve to death if you ain't a hustler. That's facts. I had an uncle of mine that ended up in prison for making bad choices. And nobody would send him money in the canteen. And he damn near starved to death in there. No, I don't have a hog. But come this evening, this place is infested with wild hogs. So why in the world would I raise a hog and feed it and all that when I could literally just let him come on the property, turn him loose, he'll catch it, I'll dispatch it, clean it, cook it, eat it, anything, any meat that I have left over, it's cooked, okay, because I do not use refrigeration. I wrap it in aluminum foil. I go uptown to where the homeless people are, and I hand it out to them. Couple reasons. For one, it would be illegal for me to sell that hog meat. Technically, it would be illegal. Yes, I do got a hog dog. He's right there. Apparently, you don't know nothing about hog hunting. If you did, you would know that a good dog he's half pit and half shepherd will catch that hog. I guarantee it. He catches hogs all the time. Now his backup buddy is off with little Miss Prepper today because she don't travel nowhere without a big dog. No, I'm not eating no dog. But I'd have to be in dire straits to eat a dog. Not doing that. But yeah, I hunt hogs. You dang right I hunt hogs. I mean, it's free food, man. And it's fun and exciting. So, you know, hog hunting is, and there's so many hogs that I leash hunt him. What I mean is, I leave him on a leash, and when I see a hog, yeah, I would eat roadkill. Yeah, I would eat roadkill. I would check it, and if it was fresh, yeah, I would eat it. I ain't gonna lie. And because on my channel, you're going to get truth, logic, and common sense. And yeah, I'd eat roadkill. Hell, anytime I want a deer, Little Miss Prepper will drive somebody's truck. And, she comes home with a deer. I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's like a curse. Every damn time that, she drives somebody's truck, she'll hit a deer. But there's a lot of deer out here. I live in a very rural area. Do I eat black hogs? Well, most wild hogs, 95% of them are black. So, yeah, I'll eat a black hog. Are you kidding me? And yes, I do have a strong stomach. But I sight hunt. I won't turn him loose on a big old boar that could potentially kill him. I'm not doing that. I'll turn him loose on a sow, a female hog. Yes, I'll eat possum. Yes, I do. I like possum. If you know how to cook it, yep, I will eat possum. But, so I'll see a hog that is a female and it ain't too big, because I don't want my dog to get hurt. And I'll turn the dog loose on here. And I've never eaten skunk, but I'd try it. And I'm sure, let me find my hog now. Well, this is one of my hog knives. I'm making a mess. This is one of my hog knives right here. But I have a bigger one also. But this will work good. It's a K-bar. And if you're hog hunting, I strongly recommend that No, I don't play with them hogs. They'll mess you up. Mods, if he keeps it up, time him out. But I strongly recommend you carry a tourniquet. Because my cousin got hit by a wild boar. And 380 something stitches, buddy. And also, you may end up using that tourniquet on your dog. If he gets a hold of a boar with them cutters. That's why I don't turn him loose on boars, but sometimes he'll be a knucklehead, and instead of going after a hog that I want him to, he'll go after a big old boar, and then it's on like Donkey Kong, man. Yep, off grid, you've been warned. So, yeah. But anyway, carry a tourniquet while hog hunting. I really suggest that. And I also suggest wearing some snake boots, because there's a lot of water moccasins, especially with this hurricane that came through. We're still flooded out here, and there's dang old hogs everywhere. I mean, dang old cottonmouths and water moccasins everywhere. So, and I done been bit twice, but that's pretty good odds as much time as I spend in the woods and all. But I learned, get some snake boots. Now snake boots they about wore plumb slap out, but I got duct tape holding them together. It's the bottom of them that's wearing out. I gotta get me a new pair. And them dang things are like $100. But getting bit ain't no fun. So, and again, you know, I'm a big fan of Core. I love that Core company, man. They got the best products. Yeah, steel toe boots. Absolutely. You know, a good thick leather pair of boots, a snake will have a hard time biting through them. Now, sometimes they will bite through them, but a lot of times they can't bite through that thick leather. But I don't like taking chances like that, so I wear snake boots. Alright? But look, I don't know how in the heck we got to talking about hogs. I guess because we're talking about free food, and them hogs is free food for me. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my lunch, because I've been working. A lot of people, my mods, y'all all know that my dad's a Vietnam veteran. Cancer's killing him. The property that I'm homesteaded on for the last 8 years is in probate and family's name. And to make a long story short, when Dad goes, I got to get off this property. That's all there is to it. So, I'm going to stealth camp until I can build my small houseboat. I'm going to literally tear down this 8x10 shed that I've been living in for 8 years. And I'm going to use most of it to build my houseboat. But some of this stuff is too heavy. You know, you got to go kind of light. And that's going to be hard for me living on that houseboat, not surrounded by the concrete walls, you know, to stop that incoming. Because I do have PTSD. But I will get used to it. I'm sure of it. But yeah, the old boy right there, he catches them hogs, man. He's the real deal. So let me try to set this camera up. And I'm going to prepare these here cactuses. And I'm going to cook them. And I'm going to eat them. And like I said, I like cooking outside over an open fire. But it's still flooded out there. So I can't do that. Who cares if there's a little coffee water mixed in with that, right? Alright, so let me turn this camera around. Okay. Let me try to set this camera up. So y'all can see what I got going on here. It's gonna be fun. Maybe one day I'll get me a GoPro Right now, I got 500 million other things I got to spend money on than fancy. I can't do it. So, ow, it's hot. I got my stove set up right here. I need to figure out a way. Just pardon me. I'm sorry about my dang old camera workings here, but I use the tools I have at hand. All right, here's the pot. Now, this is all running off solar, by the way, because I ain't hooking to Dad's electricity and listening to him complain about every little thing. Because that's Dad. I'm about to be an orphan, and I'm ready for that. Now, when you're picking cactuses, though, I'll show you a difference. You see this one right here? Now, that's good to eat, all right? But these little ones right here, see that? They're better to eat. More tender. You know, when it comes to eating wild edibles, young and tender is really what you want to go for. It's just better. It's not as hard to chew. But so I just get these here, and I'm telling you what, I wish I did have me a hog right now, because I'd put some fatty hog meat in her and it'd be really extra good. So give me a bundle. And I just cut them up. Now, like I said, if the cactus got the pokey things on them, you hold that over an open fire with some, some tongs or something, and you burn them pokey things off of there. But make sure you burn every single one of them off of there, because one time I messed up and didn't burn them all off, and I got one in my throat, and man, that thing was in there for like 3 weeks, drove me crazy, and it finally came out. It wasn't no fun at all. So make dang sure you get all the pokey things off of there. And this is going to be quite a bit right here, really. See, these bigger ones are a little bit tougher, but the closest thing I could compare this to is okra. It's got the same, kind of mucusy. It's just a lot like okra when you boil okra. That's the closest thing I can compare it to. All right. Now, in a minute, y'all talk to each other, and I'll get back in the chat while this is cooking. So as soon as I get this prepared to cook, I will get into the chat, answer questions, and this morning, and that live, man, we went really deep into some stuff. Now, I hope I didn't make nobody mad, but it is what it is, and I was just, I actually had questions. So I don't know everything. So sometimes, I need y'all's help, with questions and all, If I knew everything, I wouldn't be living in an 8x10 shed eating cactuses, okay? But for the ones that know my story, I cannot work right now. I got to be here in case Dad falls down, because the cancers are killing him. My daughter just gave me my daughter came over and told me, Dad, go take a break. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go over there and make a video, because right now YouTube is literally my only income. Now, little Miss Prepper works, but that's her money. She don't make a whole lot of money. She makes just enough money to pay her car payment and her insurance and things like that. Because it's more expensive being a woman, because you buy feminine products. And little Miss Prepper, she's one tub cookie. when she gets home today, I'll show you. She got surgery yesterday. She had to get surgery under her arm. And, no, it was day before yesterday. And woo-wee, man, they cut her up. And they put a lot of stitches in her. And I begged her to take the day off, but she won't do it because she knows that we really can't afford her to take no time off work. And that's another thing too. I hate it, you know. I like the good old days when a man could support and a woman didn't have to work. But nowadays, I know people that's making $20 an hour. When used to, $20 an hour was a lot of money. But now they're making $20 an hour and they're living in their car at the campground. And I told them, I was like, man, you know, y'all can come park on here and all, but they're like, you know, they like it at the campground because it's an awesome spring there. And they can get hot showers and electricity and all that there. But get $30 a night. That's $900 a month. I couldn't afford that. That's why I'm going to build a houseboat. Move, boy. Move, move, move. Move. I got to put my chair over here so I can sit down. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let me show you. This old boy right here now. Oh, come here. You see that pit in him? This joker will catch a hog, and he loves it, too. You love catching them hogs, don't you? You like catching them hogs, don't you, boy? Yeah, you do. He loves... Oh, don't let me on like that. He loves catching them hogs, man. He truly enjoys that. That's why I got to keep him in here a lot, because he will get... I got 2 fences around this place, and he'll get through or over that fence to go after a hog, and I don't want him getting on one that's too big for him and get him hurt. And you can use a tourniquet on your dog, but I don't want to do that. So, good boy. Good boy. But the big dog is off. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Chi-Chi. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But wow. Wow. Thank you. But while I'm I got this cooking. You see I put salt in there. Now there's this plant that normally grows, but for some reason it ain't growing out there right now. But I use it for a pepper substitute. But right now I'm just using regular old pepper. What happened? Let me see what's going on here. Okay. Thank you so much. You know, with all the trolls and all that, you know, somebody like you gives me faith in humanity, because there for a while I gave up on people. Thank you, Chi-Chi. Wow! Thank you so much. I have pronunciation problems because I had a heat stroke when I was in Afghanistan, so I apologize, but I'm gonna L-L-I-A Ford. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, these thank y'all so much for those super chats. Man, thank you. Okay, now let me show you. Let me show you these guavas now. Now I do got some guava trees, but I got these while I was picking up cans, and I'm gonna show you what it looked like. Now this particular kind of guava, they're normally red or pink on the inside, but this particular kind is white on the inside. Okay, but that is really good. And there's been no pesticides or no fertilizer or nothing. These literally were growing. Now don't get plants right off the side of the road because of the runoff on the road. That's not healthy. But these were growing off the road but up a hill. So I felt comfortable picking them and eating these. Again, thank you for those super chats. So now this one here ain't ripe yet, but I picked it because in a day or two of just sitting out, it'll be ripe. And I got roads. I got like a grid that I ride. So it'll be a few days before I go down that road. Now, while I'm picking up cans, I ride a bicycle and I pull a wagon behind it. And I throw the cans in the wagon. And because I'm not riding a motorcycle for one reason, it'll probably break down on me. And another reason, why use that fuel, you know, when you constantly got to stop? And it seems like I can see better from the bicycle, you know, because I'm riding off in the grass. Because down here in Florida, you'll get run over down here. So I ride in the grass off the road. And I look real good, you know, and I'll get on the road if there ain't no car. If there's a car coming, I'm getting off, completely off the road. Because, no, I done got hit once on a bicycle. That weren't no fun, so I'm going to do my best not to get hit again. Okay, so while this is cooking, I showed you the guavas, man, and they're so good. These things are good. And I do got some guava trees here, but I done picked the guavas off them and traded them to one of my MAG team members for some eggs. This little Miss Prepper wants some eggs. I like eating eggs. And, you know, we already got a little barter system set up, so that's cool. Now, I'm going to save this bread for the Miss Prepper, but literally, what you do, just get you a piece of bread, and I prefer ketchup on my bread, so, because these are free, and, you know, a whole loaf of bread will keep you alive for a good while, you know, and you don't have to have meat in there. I call it a wish sandwich. Now, the reason why I'm showing both of these, because I'm showing, you know, if you got a forge and you had the ability to, you can do that. If you have to spend money on food, you can buy you one loaf of bread and get these free condiments, and there's enough calories in there and all to keep you alive for a good while. And I'm about speechless, okay? So, and I call it a wish sandwich because, you know, I put the ketchup on there and wishing I had a piece of bologna put in there, you know. But you don't have to have meat. This is just like, if you ain't got much money at all, you can fly a sign, or you can nicely ask someone, at the store, whatever, hey, could you buy me a loaf of bread? And they are people out there, as you've seen them super chats, that they'll do that. And they're more likely to buy you a loaf of bread than they are to give you money, because they think you're going to spend that money on drugs or something. Well, I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I may drink 1 or 2 beers, maybe once every 3 months, just to be social with my mag team when it's really hot and we're playing airsoft, okay? But that's a cheap way, you good, bread, that's just a cheap way. And, put this up, because I'm going to say that bread and all for a little Miss Prep. I'm going to drink a coffee. Now, see, I got the bottle of my water in here because I don't have running water in here. There's also something else I want to show you. This Florida water, this Florida water is just terrible. And it's not safe where I'm at. It's not safe to drink. So, I filter it through this filter system. Then I filter it through this filter system. Then I filter it through this filter system. Then I filter it through this filter system. So, yeah. And here's my money makers right here. You see them rod and reels right yonder? I do a lot of fishing. Okay? That's the main staple for me. It's fish. Hey, yeah, Florida water's nasty. Hey, off the wall prepper. Hey, good to see you, brother. Long time no see, man. And you can see there's more condiments. I don't even know who got that at Olive Garden, but that's a little cheese in there. But, I keep stuff like that. Now, I can't afford to go to no Olive Garden, but I think my mother-in-law got that. Pretty sure she did. You see, this is cooking up nicely. This is cooking up nicely. You just let it cook for a little while. And I'm going to show you too. I'm going to eat every bit of that because I am hungry. Because I'm going to be, when Dad passes, I'm going to be camping and near a river. So I'm going to be using them rod and reels and bush hooks. Just trying to find me an old raggedy canoe somewhere. As of right now, I'll just use the inner tube and run bush lines down that river. But I'm taking plants and I'm making it's called guerrilla gardening. Okay? So I'm just planting stuff that's going to blend in with the woods where my camp's going to be at. And that way, I can get my stuff. Guerrilla gardening. Check it out. That's a good way to go. Uh-oh. Dropped my phone stuff. And, let me find it. Now, another thing about solar, okay? Again, I could recharge this battery on this light with my solar. And I use this. Turn the phone around again. Daggone it. I apologize. I'm doing the best I can. But I recharge them batteries with this thing right here. And I'll show you the most important thing, that when I'm in that tent, Okay? I'm going to be running this right here to keep from melting. And it runs off the same batteries that light right there runs off of. So, what a blessing to have some air blowing on you, because it's so dang hot. Ashton is my son, by the way. He lives with his grandparents. They're good people, good Christian people. They're raising him right. He's got him a good job. I am so proud of him. I'm so proud of you, son. Now, Ashton, do as I say, not as I do. Okay? Alright? Because I don't want you MMA fighting. I want you training MMA, but I don't want you MMA fighting. I don't want you having to work as a bouncer. It's just too dang dangerous. Alright? I love you too, son. I love you too. More than you'll ever know. You damn right I got AC running. In Florida, it's so hot down here without that air conditioner. What? But luckily, I got enough solar that will run that air conditioner. Now, I can only run it like 4 hours a day. And right now, yeah, I got to run. That's another reason why I would rather cook outside, so it don't heat inside of this place up. But it's a swamp out there, so I just can't do it. But yeah, I got enough solar, because any battery, a lot of people's got solar wrong. They got it wrong. Literally any battery that I come across, car battery, truck battery, boat battery, motorcycle battery, lawnmower battery, any battery that'll hold a charge, I hook it up to my solar system. And it took me a long time to get enough. Somebody, that heathen something there, if he's talking to me, kick him out. Thank you. Kick him out forever. Out of the channel. I don't need that negativity in my life. Y'all know my situation. I don't need it. You know, I don't understand why people are that way. I just don't get it. You know, that guy or girl, whatever, you know, he could be doing stuff for his mom or his dad, or he could be doing something productive. But instead he got to sit there and troll on me when here I am living in an 8x10 shed. Okay? And yeah, I'm not worried about them trolls, man. Really. It does aggravate me, though, a little bit. But here I am living in an 8x10 shed, while that dude's probably living in his mama's basement for free and don't know nothing about the struggle, man. So, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, I know you know, off the wall prepper. I know you know. I don't understand it, though. You know, from a psychological point of view, I just don't understand why people do that. I don't get it. Okay, is it kind that would come in, sit on your couch and tell you how? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what though? You know that I tell you why. What really bothers me about that, because we got. Now, I'm not a veteran, okay? I was just a private contractor. But there is channels out there that has veterans. And, you know, people like that, you know, we lose 22 veterans a day to self-deletion. And a lot of them, it's just, they just need that little push because they're on the edge. And just one idiot like that could literally be that little push to make them do something bad. Yeah, you know, I bet you hear it all the time on your channel. Stolen valor, stolen valor. I say it all the time. I was not in the military. I was a military contractor. I first started with some dang old raggedy ass redneck company, okay, and they would hire anybody and put you in the situations, and just happened to turn out that I was pretty dang good at it, you know, because I hunted my whole life and all, and it's a lot like hunting. It's just stuff's coming up range. But little Miss Prepper will not let me do that kind of work no more. And I do get a little aggravated with her about it, but I know it's because she loves me. So, show our progress here. It's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah, some people are so stupid that they don't know that you can run an air conditioner off solar. Are you kidding me? I've seen solar systems that people run an entire house, big houses off of. I'm just running a little 8x10 shed with the littlest air conditioner I could find, and I can only get maybe 4 hours out of it. Hey, Devil Dwayne, he hung in there, because this morning, man, it got kind of, we started talking about religion, and because I bared my testimony, I got a little thing I wrote, my testimony, and it got kind of deep, the conversation did, and he hung in there, and it was a long one, too. But man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the donations. I appreciate everyone being here. I really do. And this is good therapy for me, I needed a break, from dealing with Dad, because he's a very hard man. And my daughter came over and gave me a break. Hey, Grumpy Acres. No, little Miss Prepper, she deals with all the email stuff. So when she gets home, I'll probably forget. So when she gets home, but she checks her emails. Now right now, her phone's turned off. I don't have a phone. I mean, I got a phone, but if you want to call me, you got to call me over Facebook Messenger. And I got it all set up to where it's better off if you just have me call you. I got so much security on it. Because I do work as a bouncer, and I do got enemies. If you ain't got enemies, then I don't know. I guess you don't stand for nothing, or you're just extra nice. But it is what it is. But what I'm trying to do, if I can just keep from one person starving to death, this video will be worth it, man. And the super chat, man, what, the super chats, wow. But if I could just help one person from starving to death, and actually 2 people, because I'm helping me, because I'm going to eat that. And, Keegan, go work, camper news, okay. Jesus told me to tell everyone I am soon coming. Well, you know what? I truly do believe we are in the last days. I truly do. I'm trying to get back in there. Yeah, I could be a campground host. I have thought about that. But it's just hard for me to be around all them people and everything, Not trying to make no excuses, okay? It's just like when I work as a bouncer, I can tighten somebody up real quick, and not lose my job. You know, working at a campground with all them people walking around, and that's just rough for me. My PTSD is really that bad. But, and I am 100%, I could be drawing a check on it, but and I did file because, you know, I haven't been able to work for a little while because of Dad. But it takes a long time. By the time, you know, any money would be coming in, I'll already be back to work, because I'm going to try to interview Dad today. And that way you can see my dad, and when you see him, you'll see that literally they took half his face off, his eyeball. They cut half his face off. They cut a big chunk of his thigh off and put it back right there. And now the cancer's eating out from under that. And it's just eating, it's bad. He's just losing so much weight. You know, he's a big, tough, strong man, and I really hate to see him go out like that. It's just hell. I just lost my mom, man. Now I'm losing my dad. You know, I know my mom was a Christian. My dad's a Christian. He's just an ornery old fart, but he will be with my mom, and one day I will be with my mom and dad. Honestly, you know, I have very strong faith because of the things I have been through and the things that I have seen. And really, if this is a testimony, so be it, but really a big reason why my faith is so strong is when I was working as a contractor, I seen so much evil that was proof that the adversary, the devil, does exist. So, through all the evil that I've seen men do, that proved to me that if there's a devil, then there's got to be a God. And yeah, so literally the more evil I see, the closer my faith. Like when I saw the opening to the Olympics, wow. And that really hurt my feelings because two of my daughters, they were in the Olympics, not this one, but years ago, they were in the Olympics for judo. They made it into I trained them the best I could. And then when I taught them everything that I knew, then I found the best trainer that I could find. And then he took them the rest of the way. And they made it to the Olympics. There's videos. If you get on my YouTube and you scroll down, there's videos of them. Now that was before these phones were out, so I don't have a lot of videos and all of them fighting. But I do got the videos where they were on all the TV station news, and they were on Nickelodeon. All that's on the channel. And there is other stuff that I need to put on the channel, where they were in the newspaper, and there's other stuff I need to put on there. I just gotta. When you live in an 8x10 shed, you would think it would be easy to find everything. No, because when you got things just piled on top of everything, it's hell to find anything. Like, for instance, I'll show you, just give you a peek. Let me turn this phone around. This place, look, I got stuff hanging from the roof. I mean, it's packed in here. It's like, I think of it like in the Westerns, and I'm living out of one of them wagons, that the horses pull behind. But I literally got stuff hanging from the roof. I got my fishing poles there, you know, and there's my cookware, and there's some apples, little Miss Prepper got, and here's, things that women's got to have, and she found a real good deal on these. She got these mashed potatoes from Publix for 79 cents a pack. Now, like I said, I normally don't eat that kind of stuff, but she does, and they're all flavored. So, literally, for 79 cents, she can cook just one pack of them, and that's all she needs to keep her fed. So that's awesome. All right, I'm sorry I went by a lot, but I went back down there. Okay, the Watchman. All I see is no cancer, brother. I'm sorry, I had to miss a lot. I'd rather live with a 9 to 5. I wish there were work, camp, farm, work, community I could join. Off-grid prepping types would be ideal. You know what? I recommend that you get a hold of Grumpy Acres, and they just might be able to hook you up, because I believe they're in Kansas, but they got a whole community out there. I mean, and they got a nice setup. They truly got. I mean, they're all farmers. They all raise stuff, and they got a really nice community. And every Monday and Thursday night, Little Miss Prepper has the ladies' night live. And normally, Grumpy's Acres' wife is on there. And I would talk to her about that, because she may be able to hook you up. Now, me, I really got not many job skills, so I just work as a bouncer. I don't know how to weld or nothing. I'm not a carpenter, but I can, screw some stuff together and all. And, I know enough to get by. Like, I will be able to build the houseboat. The biggest expense is going to be I'm trying to find somebody that just wants it drug out of their yard. It's the pontoons and the frame. That's all I need. The rest I do not need. I just need the pontoons to be in okay shape and the frame to be in okay shape, and hopefully it'll be on a trailer. And I'll just redeck it and build my little houseboat, my little house on there, and run my solar. And I'll use a trolling motor to get around. That way, the trolling motor runs off battery, a rechargeable battery. So that will be perfect for my solar system and all, because I can use a trolling motor to get around and recharge it with my solar system, and I won't have to spend money on fuel. The trolling motors are used to, you could get them pretty cheap, but now I don't know what happened, but they're kind of costly. But I'll get them. I'll get by. I'll make it. I mean, with people's help, it's going to happen. I'm sure of it. It's going to be really hard, man, because I've been here for 8 years and I got me a nice homestead set up here. But, and it's really terrible that the way the family is, that they won't let me stay here. But I know what they're going to do. They're going to sell it. And I don't have the money to buy it. And it's really not fair, because Dad been paying the property taxes $4,000 a year on this property. He's been paying the property tax on this place for over 25 years. But that don't mean nothing, I don't reckon. I'm not a lawyer, but him and my mom got a lawyer trying to get the property and all squared away. But they never could because the family fought them all the way. And now, you know, my mom passed and my dad just ain't got no fight left in him. So, and I just look at it as a new chapter in my life. So I will be able to show people how to stealth camp and, you know, run bush hooks and snares. And then when I get the houseboat built, I'm going to document everything. Me building it, everything, because it'll make good content for the channel, and it'll show other people how to do it, because the way this economy is going, I truly believe that, gotta put more water in there, I truly believe that there's going to be a lot of people living the way I live. I'm already ahead of the game, and I can teach people how to do it. Like, you know, if they know somebody that owns property, they can get a buy here, pay here shed and put it on their property. If they let them hook up to electricity, that's great. If not, they can build them. I started out with a small solar system, and all I could run was just an air conditioner. I mean, just a fan. But after 8 years of being here, I got it all big enough to where I could run that air conditioner for, on a good sunny day, I can run that air for 4 or 5 hours, give or take. And these buckets, some of them are just full of water. And let me explain why. What happens is, when I got the air conditioner running, it cools down the water in the buckets. Then when I got the air conditioner turned off, that water in these buckets they put out coolness. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, maybe put that in the chat. Oh man, I done missed the chat again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I missed. Okay, there's Grumpy right there. APV, do you have some place you could hold a festival for your area? A small meetup with the camp and some classes and fellowship. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. There's a local campground here, and you know, they got electricity, water, hot shower, a beautiful spring. Yeah, and they got a lot there that's huge, that, you know, like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, you know, the Scouts. Yeah, there is a place like that. Am I talking to Grumpy or am I talking to Yoda? If you could let me know. Am I talking to Grumpy or am I talking to Yoda? But yeah, there is a place that I could do that. If you could just tell me how to do it, there is a place. Also, I want to get one of them solar cookers from you. I really do. What am I cooking? Okay. I'm cooking cactus. It's free. But yeah, I'm cooking cactus. And then I got some guavas here. And then if you're not able to forage, for any new people came in the chat, you can get you a loaf of bread and some ketchup. Just make you a wish sandwich. Wishing you had some. Okay, Grumpy. Oh, it's Grumpy. It's G. Our group started with 5 families camping twice a year. I bet we can hook you up with the tool to put one together. Grumpy, that... I'm sorry for getting my face that close. I know I'm not that pretty. Grumpy, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So, if you're able to, after Ladies Night Live, when the women are done, backstage, let's talk about that. I would love to give that a try. I really would. Because I love instructing people. You know, I did have an MMA school till the made my school close. And I was actually doing pretty good with that MMA school. But, okay, Grumpy. I'm asleep between now and then. I'll remind you. You can believe that. I'm definitely. Let me get something to write that down, because I've had so many concussions. I got a terrible memory. Got to take my light to find my pen and paper. Y'all, please excuse me for a moment. Get my pen and paper here. Oh, actually, let me get Little Miss Preppers right at Mercy's. All right. Okay. See, I've had so many concussions that my memory's just terrible. I'm gonna mess her book up. She's gonna get mad at me. Alright, let me scroll down here for a minute. Yeah, you're right, Watchman. You are absolutely correct about that. Okay, I got it written down. So, what is today? Monday. If you're up, Ma, and you can, after the Ladies Night Live, we'll talk about that in the backstage. I appreciate that, Grumpy. Hang on, man. That's awesome. Okay, somebody put, hey, brother, I just got on. What are you cooking? I apologize to the people that's been in here for a while. But some people jump in, and that's fine. That's fine. I am cooking cactus. A disclaimer, okay? If cactus got the sticky things on them, the pokey things, burn them off with an open flame. And make sure you burn them all off, or you'll regret it. I learned that the hard way. Lucky for me, this particular breed of cactus doesn't have the pokey things on them. You can tell I've been hollering a lot, because I've been doing some private self-defense classes. And sometimes I gotta holler. Some people, you gotta holler to get through to them. Okay. What does the cactus taste like? The closest thing, I don't have no patience for stupidity either, but the closest thing I could say that it tastes like is I'm trying to be very accurate. It just has its own unique taste. Its texture and all that is like okra. It tastes a lot like okra, really. You know, I should throw a tomato in there, but all my tomatoes are green. I done ate all the ripe ones. Yeah, it tastes like okra. Thank you, TT. Just talk to Spags. We are going to see about doing a short video on who to put a small beginning camp out together. Awesome. Thank you, Grumpy. I appreciate that. I can't read all the chat, so I'm just trying to keep up. I've been meaning to try Nepal cactus for about 15 years. I'm lazy about it. Grows everywhere here. Neighbor says it tastes like green beans. You know, green beans, that's another good description. Actually, it tastes more like green beans than it does cactus. I mean, okra. But the reason why I keep going back to okra is because, you know, when you boil okra, it's got that kind of gel in there. Oh, so does the cactus. It's got that kind of gel in there. Yeah, it does taste kind of like asparagus. It's really good. I mean, I love it. I really do. And I'll be glad when it's done, because I've been working out there. I've been getting a lot of stuff and getting a lot of stuff and taking out there for my guerrilla garden where I'm going to stealth camp. And, you know, every time you go in there, you got to take a different path or you'll make a trail. So remember that. If you're stealth camping, every time if you got to go in there on foot, take a different path or you'll make a trail. Now, as soon as I get me a canoe, I'm just going to come in on the river. That way I'm not making a trail or nothing. And I'm going to be close to the river. That way I can just fish. I just like being close to the river. And I like being out in the woods. I like being in nature. It's very comforting. Devil Dog, take care. Devil Dog, yeah, you put in some work this morning. Thank you, Watchman. Yeah, the Devil Dog, he put in some work moderating this morning. Man, the trolls. Wow. You know, it's just unbelievable. But from now on, moderators, if somebody's just out of hand trolling, just permanently ban them from the channel. Now be careful, because sometimes I'll go to time something and I'll time the wrong person out. So just make sure it's the right person. But if they're just being a real pain in the ass, just ban them forever, because they will go to the channel and then troll on the channel. I don't need no aggravation, man. I'm dealing with enough. But like I said, YouTube is really my main source of income right now. Poor little Miss Prepper, you know, she makes it to get by, but that's it. You know, some dog groomers make good money, by the way, but she just works for a little outfit. And she works for a little old lady, and the lady, she does it too cheap. Thank you, DB Cooper. Appreciate you. Hey, Life Done Free. Man, you're in here too. Cool. Awesome. All American Prepper, does your dad get any help from the VA? Yes. Yes, he does. But he ain't gonna help me. But that's okay. You know, my dad's just a mean old tough rascal. But yeah, he gets help from the VA, thank God. And my daughters, they take him to the VA, but you know, where we live at, it's almost 2 hours to get him to the VA, and that's just one way. But yeah, he gets help from the VA. Yeah, a lot of help, really. But he's such a knucklehead. He won't take half the medicine they give him and all, and he's just stubborn. You know, I know when he comes in there, they're just like, because he gives them hell. You know, he's just a mean old rascal, you know. But I love him. I'm not saying, not being disrespectful or any of that. He's just a mean old rascal. For instance, there's 5 acres here that I got to mow. And he's got a riding lawnmower. But he can't do it. But he won't let me use the riding lawnmower. I got to push mow this whole place. Because he won't let me use the riding lawnmower. But, you know, I'm not, I guess I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. Because before we got a push and mower, he made me use a top of a sling blade to cut the grass. Yep. Yes, he did. And, you know, when I was growing up, he'd give me a rod and reel. And, you know, I went and caught supper, or I didn't. Or he'd give me something else that I can't talk about on the live, because on my channel you can talk about it, but during these lives you got to be careful. Okay, so look into help program. They pay caretakers so you can get some pay for taking care of him. I will try. Just the man is impossible. You know, he's just impossible. And I'm not trying to make no excuses, man. Believe me, if I could get them to, you know, help me out for taking care of him, I would. The man is such a dang old. They would send a nurse out here to help him, but no, he won't let them do it. He won't let them do it. Double Drain Prepper Florida has that program. Great idea. I must have missed something. If you, I will mail you the links. Awesome. Mail me them links. I appreciate that. The only thing I like more than a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit is in the morning is 2 sausages. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, lucky for me, I got a MAG team member that lives right down the road, and they keep me hooked up with eggs. And, you know, I barter with them. Honestly, you know, I probably will trade these for eggs. But I'm going to eat this cactus. I love it. I know I missed a lot, and I apologize for that. Let me scroll back up. Yeah, I'm going to look into that. Devil Dwayne Prepper. I'm going to look into that. That would be great. But like I said, they've offered to send a nurse out here, but no, he won't let them in the house. And going in there, he's got 5 chihuahuas that you can't go in there without getting bit. Every time I go in there, I get bit by the chihuahuas. I wear my snake boots when I go in there, and they still get me. But I'm still gonna take care of Dad. That's all there is to it. And I'm sorry that I missed a lot in the chat. If there's anything that's really important, just put it in there again. Outdoor Dreadhead, hey brother. Yeah, any little bit helps. You absolutely, any little bit helps. Like my daughter coming over today, you know, because he'll let her in there. But he won't put them dang dogs up. He won't let me put them dogs up. But when my daughter comes over, he'll put them dogs up for her. But hey, I'm glad he does, you know. because I do need a break occasionally from it. I think Chihuahuas, man, them jokers is mean as holy hell. I ain't kidding. But yeah, any little bit helps, man. Any little bit helps. But yeah, this has got the consistency of okra. But you know, they do taste like green beans, now that I think about it. They do. They about done, too. I'll be glad when they get done, because I am powerful hungry. And I'm going to say that bread for little Miss Prepper. But, and honestly, I'd rather eat the cake. For instance, like, I put that MMA fight challenge out there. And the first guy I got a fight, I had to put on almost 60 pounds. Well, they give these to Dad. He's got a tube in his stomach. And it's like IVs that you hang up. And you pour them in there. And it goes in that tube and feeds him. He won't do it. He will not do it. He won't let me do it for him. He won't let my daughters do it for him. He literally would throw these away. But I'm like, oh, hell no. Don't throw them away. I drank them. I mean, for one, they don't cost me nothing. For two, they are loaded with vitamins and minerals and nutrients, and they got a lot of calories. That's why I've chunked quite a bit for y'all that's been watching my channel. But a lot of calories. I have literally been putting on a lot of weight. And man, oh man, he gets these things by the case. But man, he gets these things by the case. And he would throw them away. So I'm like, I'll drink them. And I do drink them. I drank them. And, like for instance, if you like cream in your coffee, I got some coffee right here. That's gonna break my heart. My mom, she was a hoarder, so she had a bunch of coffee put back. So I'm drinking coffee that my mom had put back. What a blessing. Even though my mom has passed, she's still taking care of me. But by supplying me my coffee. But I put some of that in there like a creamer. Oh, sorry. Put it in there like a creamer. And I can see where a lot of people, they're like, ooh, it tasted. I do not care, okay? I don't care. It does. It's got a chalky taste to it and all, but that don't have to taste it. It goes into a tube in the stomach. But he just will not let me do it. He's literally starving himself to death. And there's not a damn thing I can do about it. And it's really sad. I want to find this coffee up here to show you. This is coffee left over that my mom, when she passed away, this was a full thing of coffee. And when I opened it, it was sealed. This here lid had like 20 spiders in there. But, oh well. So I am going to be sad when this coffee's gone. And I like my coffee. Mama used to pick on me because I like my coffee really strong. I learned, doing some training, if you get your regular coffee, not instant coffee, and you put it in your mouth like dip, if you're training and you're trying to stay awake, dipping that coffee like dip, that'll keep you up. That'll help keep you awake. So if you ever got to do fire watch, you know, when things get hectic, things get real, and you're on fire watch, get you some coffee, not instant coffee, you know, regular coffee that you got to use in a, and you know, one of these things right here, you know, that kind of coffee, and use it as dip. It'll keep you awake. So that's my combat tip for today. Also, I got another combat tip while this stuff is cooking. Now, working as a bouncer, you know, my go-to, and I got a light that I prefer, but I can't find it. And I'm a little misprepared. I'm driving her crazy because I can't find my damn light. But it's in here somewhere. I got a light and a knife lost in this mess. But these lights, now y'all watch y'all's eyes, okay? I apologize for this, but I'm just going to demonstrate. You shine that in their eyes, and man, these things strobe and all kind of crap. But you shine it in their eyes, it temporarily blinds them, and you can hammer fist them. And really wear them out. So, and you know, if you lose your keys, or you need a light, you know, you need a light. But these are great, man. You blind them and then hammer fist them. Or if you just got one light in one hand and the hot sauce, the mace, in the other hand, you hit them with a light and you hit them with that mace, then you know what you do from there is up to you. You can turn around and run, which if you're not working as a bouncer, if you're just out on the street or whatever, if you're able to, I recommend you run. The best way to win a fight is not get into one. But definitely carry your light, man. It's a great tool and can be used. I'm so scared to say anything on these lives, but you can shine them. Hammer fist, man. Bump, 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 bump. Just like an ape. You know, hit like an ape would. Like King Kong. And these things are ridged up. And you hammer fist somebody in the face with this, I strongly recommend that. So that's the self-defense number 2 on the live today. And I recommend, you know, carrying a knife, but carry the hot sauce, because the mace, because if you got to knife somebody, that's taking it to a whole nother level. Okay. Yes, us ladies may want to wrap some coffee in a piece of gauze. Yeah. I mean, you put it in there, it'll keep you awake if you got to stay awake. Devil Dwayne Prepper said, first time I tried chew was in Iraq. Fine cut Copenhagen. It looked funny cause that shit was everywhere. I can't handle it. My dad, he got me. He got my kids. It was so funny because when he got my kids, I already knew what was going to happen. When I was a little fella, he said, "Here, come here, boy, come here." And he had me put some of that in my mouth. It wasn't no time. I done turned green. I was yakking all over the place. Well, he done the same thing to my kids. And I let him get away with it because they were being little buttheads. And let's just say they won't do that no more. They don't like tobacco products after that. He taught them. IEDC coffee and caffeine tablets. Yeah, absolutely. You know, if something happens and you need to stay awake, that's a good way to stay awake, is to dip that coffee, man. I learned that when I was doing contract work. I seen some guys that were veterans. You know, these guys, you know, they served, and they hated us contractors for some reason. A lot of them did, but whatever. And like I said, I started with a little old rink-dink, little redneck outfit, and I don't know how in the hell he got that business started, but it worked out. Worked out really good. Yeah. Bit you just swallow. No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. It makes me paranoid. And I joke around about smoking weed and all. I'll say a friend would. Weed is a friend indeed. But no. And, you know, I'm an athlete. You know, I'm old to be cage fighting. So I got to save my lungs. Now, when I was young, I smoked. But now I don't smoke. And I couldn't afford to buy that crap if I wanted to. Okay. Yeah, it's hot, man. Yeah, it's hot. Golly, I hope I don't drain my batteries down too much. Oh, well. Because I'd like to have some air conditioner for little Purple gets home. But the sun is shining really good. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and... I got it on the lowest setting possible, but I'm going to go ahead and shut it off. That way, you know, when she gets home, there'll be some... It'll charge back up and there'll be some air for her. It takes a little minute for this stuff to cook, because the longer you cook it, the more tender it gets. And I've had so many teeth knocked out. It's kind of a little embarrassing, you know, eating in front of somebody, but, you know, it is what it is. So now I'm just going to set this there and let it cool off while I heat my coffee up. I got it turned off, but these particular burners, they hold heat for a long time. I got it completely turned off, but that burner will hold enough heat to heat this coffee back up. I appreciate y'all moderators, man, dealing with these knuckleheads. I really do. Thank you so much for that. And, you know, for people that weren't in, you know, just buy you some bread and get you the free condoms. And I call it a wish sandwich, you know. You just put your ketchup on there, or your mayonnaise, or your mustard, and just wish you had a piece of bologna to put on there. But, you know, everything... Shit, bologna's what? I don't know. I ain't bought it in a long time. But my dad told me that it was $7 a pack. Is that right? I don't know. Yeah, people assume so much, man. A lot of people need to be taught lessons. I got a feeling though, and I'm going to hate to see it, but I think here in the near future, a lot of people are going to learn a lot of things the hard way. Yeah, that's what my dad said. He was like, man, that damn pack of bologna is like $7. I'm like, what? Apparently, they ain't nothing cheap anymore. Even bologna got expensive? Damn. I literally just bought me some. It was $2 a pound for bologna? See, that's why I'm so glad that I fish and hunt and snare, and I would break my heart having a $2 a pound for bologna. See, that there lets you know how long it's been since I've been grocery shopping. Okay. This little Miss Pepper, she bought this and got her some sandwich meat, but you know, because I let her eat whatever she wants. She does whatever she wants. She's really the brains of the outfit. She's smart enough for the both of us. And you gotta know that woman loves me to live in a 8-10 shed and use a 5-gallon bucket for a toilet and take a bath in a kiddie pool. She really does love me. But I treat her like a princess, 'cause she is one. Bologna, $3.25 in North Carolina. Woo, woo. Man, no, there's no way. There's no way I would do that. Nope. No. Now, if little Miss Prepper wanted, she can buy whatever she wants. I got no problem with it. But you know what? I don't eat her stuff, though. When she buys something like that, and she'll offer it to me, and she'll be like, you need to eat it, and I'm not doing it. I let her eat it. I'll just eat the cactus. I'll just eat the weeds. And she don't drink coffee. I don't know how in the hell, but she don't drink coffee. She's a church girl, and she literally believes that coffee is a drug, and she won't drink it. She will not drink coffee because she believes that coffee's a drug. What she told me, she's like, when we first got together, she was like, you drink a lot of coffee. And I'm like, yeah, I do. And she's like, caffeine is usually the first drug that anyone ever does. So she is so run such a tight life that she truly, and she's probably right, that in her mind that drinking coffee, you're doing drugs because there's caffeine in there. That's how religious she is, man. Okay, what I'm reading. I'm weighing the cost of driving to my fish spot versus the amount of fish I put in the freezer. See, that's a sad thing when you got. That's where a bicycle comes in, man. Now, it may be too far for you to ride a bicycle, but I'll ride a bicycle, and I can cover a lot of ground very quickly. The only thing that slows me up is if I see a can, I'm stopping, I'm picking up that can. So that will slow me up, because I'm not passing up no can. Nope. Because I get, and I squish them. And I pull one of them gardening wagons. Little Miss Prepper, she got it from Home Depot for me. And because she got tired of me, I had this old raggedy backpack, and I'd put them cans in the backpack. And after a while, old nastiness would be running down my back and all. And she was like, and she come home one day, and she had one of them wagons from Home Depot. So now I just pull a wagon behind the bicycle and put my cans in there. It works really good. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, man, that's awesome. 38 thumbs up. Love your 38 special, America. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of 38 special, that is what I train my daughters to carry. They carry a stub nose 38. Now, one of her husbands was like, you should get a 9mm. And I'm like, they're not going to war. It's for their personal protection. And he's like, well, what about the safety? I'm like, the trigger is the safety. Some people. But for them girls, that stub nose 38, I'm completely comfortable with them carrying that. And of course, with hollow points in it. Trying to keep up with the chat best I can. Not trying to be smart ass, but where are you prepping for? Oh, okay, that's a good question. You're cool, man, not a problem. Somebody said, not trying to be a smart ass, but what are you prepping for? Earthquake, asteroid, civil war. Yeah, all of it. I'm prepping for an earthquake. I'm prepping for it. And I'm not being sarcastic either. I'm serious. I'm prepping for everything you just did and a whole other list of stuff. Because when you got PTSD, you're always expecting something bad to happen. So it comforts me to know that if possible, I can handle the situation. And I can think of a lot worse things I could be doing. So it's kind of like a hobby, And one time I got hurt real bad working as a bouncer. And we did live off our preps until I healed up enough to go back to work. Because then, at that time, we were living in an apartment in town, and I was working a lot, and I just didn't have time to do much. And then I got hurt really bad. I couldn't work for a while, and we lived off our preps. So, literally, prepping is for you can get hurt, you can get in a car wreck, it could be a hurricane. I mean, it could be nuclear war. I mean, there could be all kind of bad stuff that could happen. That's why I prep. And I tell you what, I love nutrient survival. And I tell you why I love them. For one, their stuff tastes good. Although, now that I found out I can get me some powdered milk from Grumpy Acres, I'm getting me some. But let me catch up with the chat here. No, you can feel free to ask questions like that, man. I love questions like that. But I'm gonna show you. I am so happy. They literally sent this to me for free. This right here. Look at that, man. They sent me that whole bucket. They didn't charge me nothing. I didn't have to pay shipping and handling or nothing. And man, it's got powdered butter in there. It's got powdered milk in there. It's got a lot of stuff in there. That bucket's slap full. And they sent it to me and didn't charge me nothing. So, and I do got a discount to their stuff. I got a link below in the description of my channel. And it's APP10 and you get 10% off. And this hat came in the bucket with it too. All right, let me been that during COVID 2020, it was reduced to being unemployed as an unvaxxed healthcare worker. Then I had surgery ×2, then recovery in nearly a year.
I still only work weekends. See, that's another reason why I prep, because of things like that. Oh, awesome knockout, cool channel. Uh, yeah, man. I'm gonna be as polite as I can be. He knockout thanked me for politely answering his question. So I'm gonna politely ask you, will you please subscribe to the channel? Just please subscribe to the channel. And I understand, that times are hard, and a lot of people don't got money. I get it. But if you've come across a channel that you really like, and you can't super chat, or you can't put money in their PayPal, you got a PayPal, because I got a PayPal in there. And I would never even bring this. If I didn't have a wife and all, I would die for ask anybody for anything. But I got a wife and she's an angel. So, but I can't stay on topic from all these dang on concussions I've had. But I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, they sent me that. So I really like Nutrient Survival for sending me that. And so I show it off in the videos every chance I get. Oh, like I was saying, would you please subscribe to the channel? Everyone, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And then go and watch some of my videos. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If you can't, super chat or any of that, I get it. That's fine. But if you can, boy, God, do I appreciate that. But if you can't, let the commercials play. If you don't got the premium. If you got the premium, well, there's no commercials. YouTube says they pay us for that. Kind of skeptical, but they say they do. But they give us a little bit of money, not much, but it adds up if you let the commercials play instead of skipping it. That also helps the channel out. What is a super chat? Knockout said. Could someone describe what a super chat is? Devil Dwayne Prepper's yeah, there's a little thing on there. Man, I appreciate them super chats. I tell you what, Teachy, man, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do for that person right there. That's facts. But yeah, you can super chat. I appreciate that, man. I would never ask, but I got a wonderful wife. Look how she lives. And her parents always aggravating her to come live with us, and come move. And she's got good parents and all, and I'm not talking nothing bad about them. And she could go live with them, regular housed, with a hot shower and all that. But instead, she stays here in this shed with me. See the money simple on the... Oh, you're explaining that? Thank you, Devil Dwayne. Devil Dwayne Prepper, you've really helped me out a lot, especially sticking with me through that conversation this morning, because that conversation got deep. I don't get ads, but I'm also not on premium. Strange. I don't know. I don't know everything. But I do know they give me a little bit from commercials. You know what, though? I think my food's cooled off enough. All right, here we go, folks. It's cooled off enough. I hope I ain't gonna burn my mouth up. And look here, I've had most of my teeth knocked out, so yep, I chew like an old fart. And I love me some salt. Put some salt on there. And you're like, you gonna kill yourself with all that salt? I don't know. I run 7 miles every morning, 7 miles every evening. I sweat a lot. It is hot. Literally, if I don't eat salt, I cramp like a bastard. But here's to every one of y'all, man. Thank y'all for being here. Mmm. Put a little bit too much salt. Mmm. That's really good. And you know what makes it better? It's free. That's one way to get me to shut up, put food in my mouth. But there it is, folks. So try not to talk my mouth full. But I'm going to eat every bit of this. But y'all get the idea, you know. I'm eating it. It's good. I'm going to eat every bit of it. I'm not going to have y'all just sit here and watch me eat. Alright? But, you know, there's the finished product. It's really good. I believe it's healthy. And it's free. I got a lot of it growing. Come here, I'll show you. Turn this camera around. Oh, hog dog here. Come on, dude. Yeah, y'all look at all that. Look at all that food. Good grief. Yeah, I love fishing, man. I love fishing their Cherokee survival. But look at all that cactus. That is a couple of 100 pounds of food. And you know what? I don't never gotta water. I don't gotta fertilize. It don't matter if it rains. It don't kill it. If it don't rain, it don't kill it. It 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 just takes care of itself. Bugs don't bother it. And that's a lot of food right there. So, yeah, Cherokee survival. Yeah, they're delicious. Yeah, but that's a lot. That's a lot right there. See, I got this place double fenced. So if somebody's knocking on my door, we got problems, buddy. Not having that. And believe me, I can see out there. I do not have a blind spot. If you got, you know, it's a shed, but you see, I blocked it in. You know, I blocked the whole dang thing in. Just, you know, so I can take on incoming. All right. Well, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for sticking with me. And Devil Dwayne Prepper, it depends on how you have channel set up. You could use a debit card. You know what? I'll give it a minute, and maybe he can do a super chat. That'll make my day. I ain't even gonna lie about that. Chi Chi done made my day, and so the other person made my day, and
Good Lord, do I appreciate that. Let me scroll on here and find so I can give them a thanks again. So many dang old comments. I apologize for any questions I may have missed. All right, but I'm trying to scroll here so I can get the it's in here some dang on where hopefully. Well, dang on, I must have missed it. Well, anyway, thank y'all so much for the super chats. I appreciate that. I don't know how in the hell I missed them, but I guess it only goes back so far. But woo woo. And I tell you something else. These dang old. You see these lights right here? That they ain't that expensive, but they run off solar. And anybody moves around out here, that them lights go off and lets me know something's going on out here. So that part up there I ain't got concrete in, but the rest of it I do. And then I got this right here. Now, if you know anything about snipering, all right, you know, if that light was turned off, I can stand behind that right there, and you ain't gonna see me. A lot of snipers, they'll get inside of a building and hang something like this up in front of them. That way you can't see them. You know, if they're practicing light discipline. All right, Savage Lee. Yeah, can't see shit. Must be green. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can't see shit. That's the idea. That's the idea of it. You know. And then you come in here, but look how good I can see. Well, let me back up a little bit. I can see out really good. I can see better than it looks on the camera. But I can see out really good. I need to set up new. Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that knockout. I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all just for being here. If you could just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, man, that'd be great. So appreciate you. All right. So, you know what? I feel terrible. I didn't say a blessing. So I'm gonna bless this food. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna bless this food, and I'm gonna finish eating it. You see now, that's a lot of food there. I done ate about half of it, but I didn't want y'all to just sit there and watch me stuff my face. And I appreciate you, Devil Lane Prepper, because you have really put into work today. I mean, man, he was up like, 4 o'clock in the morning modding for me. And that live was, 3 hours? I don't even know. But, all right, so I guess I'll just let you look at this here. It's the All-American Prepper. Stay ready. Stay dangerous. Stay frosty. And have a blessed day. All-American Prepper. I'll be back. Thank you all. I love you all.